Hi everyone. Welcome to Wednesday's meet. And as you all know, today's our major agenda would be to practice what we are going on say tomorrow. Like whatever stuff we are would be saying tomorrow would be discussed today. Like I hope you all have prepared whatever stuff you need. And for Gagan and Mithul who are sharing the screen, like what I would suggest is like you should keep the whole stuff ready and like when I give you access, you can directly share it. So let me share the screen first. And for tomorrow, please like don't keep your mic off when like you are saying something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So first of all, we will start with this page. So there is the communities, like we will practice it as if we are completely saying those whole stuff. So this is community session for LFDT Trust, yearly community session which do have, and we are gonna present our GitMesh open source project on 30th October. So, as you know, code of conduct, these slides do not contain any commercial advertisement. All tools, products, books, or any things are to be considered as an example. And the link to the privacy policy, terms of use, and antitrust policy are available here. You can visit those. So, starting with the session's agenda. So today's session's agenda is to like let you know about GitMesh and how you can use GitMesh along with how we build GitMesh. It's not an commercial page. It's done just a generic community session where we would be describing how we made everything and how you can involve with our family, like our open source family. So starting with our agenda is open source. We would be first starting with opening and how we origin, like how our lab origin. Then we would be starting with how you can directly start contributing and how can you be a part of a Gitmesh LFDT. So we would be starting that. Then we would be deep diving into the UI and backend architecture of the whole project of Gitmesh, why we choose which framework or library for what purpose. Then for the AI and infrastructure part, we would be describing the RAG part or whatever the artificial intelligence part which we are using, along with the Cloudflare and deployment of Docker and every part. We would be describing that. And then we would be sharing about our future roadmap, where we are going, and it would be a final end to our today's session. So starting with our story, as you all know that we start like I was particularly a LFX mentee in July with my project AIFAQ. So when I started with the AIFAQ, I had a problem that I was facing, which I made as a side project for my mentors, but my mentors supported me, and then like in August, Ronit and Parv joined with me on the project idea Gitmesh, which we presented to Rai Jones and Jessica Gonzalez. They both like loved the project, and during that conversation with both of them, we got insight on how we should build and how should we proceed with this idea. So they gave us an LFDT project tag, which they provide us under the Linux Foundation mentorship program. So there we started the project, and as soon as we started development, four of the contributors which are currently actively contributing to our project are like they have started joined the project. Anubhav, Gagan, Sneh, and Mithul has started the like contributing to the project. It started with the name Beetle in July, and it was a side project, and it was not made for like revolutionizing the open source infrastructure, but now it has ended up as an Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust lab named Gitmesh. So this was all about our story. Then going further with the progress part, then how we have progressed yet. So we have got the LFDT's lab status now, as you all know. we have also released, like actually we are for the attendees of the meet today, we are going to launch the 0.2 version today. So I would be saying it tomorrow that we have launched the 0.2 alpha released, and it's a pre-release version, but it is completely able to deploy for the production purpose also. Thanks to Ronit, he was dockerizing today, so he would be dockerizing and releasing the version 2. Then we also got the Open SSF Silver Badge, which only overall 51 open source projects do have that. We would be present at 4 open source summits and conference this year, which are OpenSSF Community Day and Open Source Con are the minor conferences, and two of the major summits are Open Source Summit Korea and Japan. And we are currently collaborating with two of the LFDT's project, which are AIFAQ and Learning Tokens, which would be released in our further versions. We have crossed 120 stars now, and we do have a open source family of 10 plus contributors now. So what is the exact thing which we are working on right now? So we are working on a problem which is faced by every open source person, which is like there is no dedicated project manager in open source. There are open source project manager, but it's different from a project manager for open source. So we are building it because of it. Like as I told, I had a problem in my when I was LFX mentee that many contributors so if we go through the data, then 85% contributors quit the project after their first PR because they don't know the maintainer personally. And if you like, we are a social people, and if you don't know the maintainer properly, you can't contribute to the exit part what the maintainer wants, and you can't fulfill your needs with the exit PR. And due to the poor onboarding of the whole open source environment as compared to the corporate environment, and due to unclear task, we have started this project. Also, maintainers spend 40% of their time for because of the bad PR. Like people just open a PR, and if even if they don't know how to open a PR, they just try to open an PR, and it causes a trouble for a big projects because they have to review every PR which are open, and they end up ignoring all the PRs except those who they know. So it ends up to less contributors. Also, due to the lack of code contextualization and contributor guidance. From this, what I meant was, as you know, that there are huge code base, and you as a developer, as a new developer, you are unable to like parse whole the whole code base. So we have provided a code contextualization and contributor guidance for that. Also no visibility on who's working on what. Like if I'm working on some issue, then what is per working on right now. That's a major problem in open source which you don't face in corporate much. And because of that, they have their project managers like Jira or Confluence or other similar other linear and open source versions. Also, we have provided gamified versions, like you can earn points and you can get rewards on some basis. So we have done that. So how we solved that whole purpose was, we made a purpose built for just for open source, not a repurposed tool of some corporate Jira. Like we haven't repurposed Jira as for our open source. We have completely made it for the open source. Also, our AI guides you at every step. Your maintainers would be like, for maintainers, it would be help for reviews, their CI/CD pipelines, reviewing everything what contributor does and helping them to solve the merge conflict in it. Also, for every contributor's journey would be completely tracked and mapped out for their gamifications and reward, and for the other contributors to know how this, what was the history of those whole open source project. As an open source project, we believe that our transparency is a key of open source. So we would be doing that. Then starting with the gamification with the blockchain, we would be gamifying things using blockchain, just like bug bounties or mentorship programs like LFX, G-Shock, Hacktoberfest, or whatsoever open source project are. They would be contributing, and with their score which they get, they can apply it to different mentorship programs, which they can be recognized as a well open source contributor there. Also, for the companies using GitMesh, they can easily connect their product stack with the direct open source project out there. We are helping the corporate OSPO's office, like open source program offices, to easily fund and contribute to the project which they rely on directly. So that's all on my side. I would like hand over my further PPT to Gagan to explain you how contributor guidelines works. For today, like wait a minute, I would share my screen again because I would be sharing just that part. Okay, yeah, yeah, you can start. If Gagan is there in the meet. I guess then Mithul can start with the further process. Like for today, Mithul can start with the part.
Okay, should I share my screen?
Yeah, yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, if Gagan is there, like let Gagan first start with that.
Sure, sure.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Oh, okay. Let me start.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Okay, so I'll guide you through how you can start contributing. Hey everyone, this is Gagan, and I'll be showing how you can start contributing to GitMesh. So on my screen is the official GitMesh repo. So for starting contributing, uh, first you need to fork the repo. I have already forked it, so this is the repo. This is my forked repo. So like after forking the repo, let me copy this link and uh, okay, then you have to go to the terminal and you can easily clone the repo by running this command git clone and your personal repo. Oh, okay. So I already have gitmatch at this location. So let me go to some other folder, then run again git clone and this link. Forking creates a personal copy of the repo. All your work stays isolated until you make a pull request. So as this is being forked, so auto forking, we just need to run two commands like that is PNPM install and then PNPM run dev. You just make a local copy of Gitmesh and you can use it. Also, you can start contributing. You can edit the code and like maybe some build basic features. So as it has been cloned, then go to Gitmesh and open it in our favorite code editor that is VS Code. So now here I first install all the dev dependencies using PNPM install. Once dependencies are installed, uh, PNPM run dev starts both the client and the server. Okay, so GitMesh it is started. It is the same stack that powers production in seconds. You'll have GitMesh running locally. Okay, so we use it is a little UI issue, I guess. Okay, so here we go. We have GitMesh running locally. So now, so let's review the code base here. Uh, for all the contributors, we have this file, which is contributing.md. Um, so this file is like a documentation on how you can start contributing. This is the contribution step-by-step contribution guide. Just what I did, like fork the repo clone and other thing at the upstream and remote branches. So, and the other thing we have here, we have added templates for issues and PR to maintain consistency. And like when you open a bug report or a feature request, the template guides you to include the right details, making it easier for maintainers to review it quickly. And here also is here are some main components and the database thing. So it is the main folder, the routes we have created these. Also, I'd like to tell you, GitMesh runs on Remix Run, a modern full stack framework, and server-side rendering and file-based routing. We use TypeScript for and the coolest one of the coolest parts. GitMesh integrates with the Web Container API, which allows running Node.js directly in the browser. Um, like why web containers? It is perfect for testing, sandboxing, and onboarding new contributor instantly. No heavy setup needed for that. So now you can fork, clone, and start contributing to GitMesh. To connect with other contributors, join the LFDT Discord server. Um, this is the official LFDT Discord server, and here's the GitMesh channel. You can join it, and we also host weekly dev calls. You can register on the link we'll provide in the chat. Thank you. Now that we have seen how to get GitMesh running locally, let's dive deeper into how code modules and UI and
Yeah, so it was great. And if Parv wants to give some review, he can like just say up the reviews. And
Uh,
like
so, so one review for Gagan is you spoke the part of UI and web containers. That will be explained later uh, by Mithul and by me and Ronit. So you can skip that part. You can just focus on the contributor workflow. Uh, you don't need to explain the UI part that much. It was great.
okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
like overall it was great, and we can start with Mithul's part now. You can screen share, like you can screen share your part.
Yeah. So hi everyone, I'm Mithul. Now I'm going to explain the hub module and UI architecture. So as you can see here, there are three main parts in the hub portion. One is overview part, like where we can see about the GitHub activity, like how many repositories are there and how many repositories got how many stars and pull requests, issues, branches, and all such details. This provides a basic overview of our activity. And from here, we can navigate to other sections. There is a project section where it will display about all the projects and repos which we have in our GitHub and GitLab. So if we click on the open in GitMesh, it will clone our repository here and take us to the chart section. So this part will be discussed later. So I'm going back now. And there is the settings section where we can update our profile or update settings or do some integrations. And other than those, there is notification sections part. Here we can see the notifications and filter them, and we can also go to profile part directly like this. So to get back into overview portion, we can click this button. So that's about the hub part. Now I'm going to explain about the architecture and modularity. So we used the remix for building this, where we used the file-based routing so that, as you can see in this, the file name is directly provides the route. So it is easier for the contributors to understand about the file structure and which part is there in which part, so that they can easily contribute. And we are providing modularity through React components, so that even if you do some further improvements, it will be easier to directly use those components. And we followed atomic design. If you see the website here, like we made the small buttons, and all such buttons grouped together to form one section, like here header portion, and all such sections together will form the page, so that it will be clean and reusable. And other than that, we used feature slice design, means each section is organized in separate folders, so that it will be easy to modify, and there won't be any merge conflicts, which will make it easier for the contributors. And other than that, the next topic is the data flow and state management. Like for data flow, we are using Remix, where we'll be using loaders and actions. What loaders do are like, before the page gets loaded, everything will get loaded, so that when the page opens, the user need not to wait, so that there won't be any spinners, and we'll directly see the data. And other than that, we use actions, where hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
So we use actions, like the at the back end, it will fetch the data, and like when we do the cloning of repo, such things will be happen, which will be handled by the actions. So like we will do the two types of rendering, which are server side rendering and client side state. Server side rendering will help the faster loading and improves the SEO, and then it uses the remix hydrates. The it will first load it at the back end and display the things at the front end, so that there will be more interactive and it will become faster. And client side rendering, small stuff like theme or sidebar toggles, we use the React context, and we use the Justin, which is lightweight and super clean, so that we need not to use heavy frameworks like Redux. So coming to the UI framework and accessibility, we use the Tailwind CSS. It's a utility for CSS framework. Like first we in general, we write directly inline styling, so that there is no need to make the separate CSS files. And for components, we use Radix UI, which is a headless component library. That means the components comes unstyled but fully accessible. And next, coming to the key architectural decisions, we made the modularity and extensibility as our top priorities. Like instead of improving them further, from the beginning only, we are making it modular, so that it will be easy to reuse, and like we can extend, so that it would be scalable. Coming to the performance by design, we didn't treat performance as an afterthought. Like we are using lazy loading for the images, so that uh, all the images do not load at once, which will make the pages slower. Like the current images which are visible on the screen will be loaded first, then when there is a requirement, the remaining images will get loaded, so that it would be fast. And we use the images in the modern formats like WebP, so that they would be crisp and lightweight. So this is about the hub part and the architecture part. Now Anubhav will continue. Thank you.
So, greetings everyone. This is Anubhav here to guide you through the security system of GitMesh. So, let's start with authentication and authorization. So, We are using the OAuth2 authorization code flow with Pixie. It is the industry standard for public clients, and it helps protect against the authorization code interception. We use JSON Web Tokens for stateless authorization, which means that server does not need to maintain session state. We have also implemented role-based access control, which means a user's role will determine his access permissions. All these tokens are generated server-side with strong cryptographic sign in Cloudflare Workers. Now moving to, now let's take a deep dive at JSON Web Token. So the JSON Web Token is divided into three parts: a header, which determines the algorithm; a payload, which contains the details of user's identity and role; and finally, a signature, which helps ensure the token has not been tampered with. We use strong cryptographic signing algorithms, HS256 and RS256, depending upon the use case. And uh, uh, now let's move to token storage. So token storage is also a crucial topic. The refresh tokens are stored in HTTP-only secure cookies, making them inaccessible to JavaScript. So this helps protect against access-based tokens theft. Now the access tokens are short-lived, so they are stored directly in client's memory. Since they expire quickly and are not persisted anywhere else, this significantly reduces the window of exposure. Now, if required, we can also utilize web workers and IndexedDB for additional isolation. We make sure that the tokens are not stored in local storage, making them vulnerable to token theft. Moving to token validation and refresh flow. So all the API requests made with tokens are validated on the server. We verify the token signature, check the expiration, and also confirm the issuer. Now, whenever our access token is expired, it is we use refresh tokens to generate new access tokens without needing to log in again. Also, whenever a refresh token is used to generate a new access token, the old refresh token is invalidated and a new one is created. This helps prevent any token replay attacks. Now, moving to other security protocols and token revocation. So, if any token is compromised, they are blacklisted and to immediately revoke the access. We have also enforced rate limiting, so to prevent brute force and DOS attacks. Also, a strict content security policy has been defined, which whitelist all the trusted sources to prevent data injection attacks. Now, HSTS, which stands for HTTP strict transport security, has been implemented with preload directive. This helps eliminate man-in-the-middle attacks from very first visits. Finally, the some other security approaches we have followed are to protect against CSRF attacks. We are using anti-CSRF tokens and same-site cookie policy. All the user data is validated and sanitized to prevent injection attacks like SQL injection and excesses. And our error handling is sanitized, which means all the server, uh, all the logs are visible in production, but uh, cannot be extracted by a attacker to aid them. All these layers work together to provide a secure workflow. Thank you.
Okay, Anubhav and Mithul, your part was good, but try to be quick. Try to finish your part in just five minutes because we don't want to extend this for a long time, as we have other parts to come as well. Overall, the presentation is good. Keep it up with it. Just try to shorten it or try to complete it in a lesser time. Okay, so Ronit, your part is next. Uh, Ronit, if you could present your screen.
Uh, Hello. Am I visible? Audible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Yeah, sure. So from so basically, as Gagan explained how to contribute, and Anuva explained about the authentication part and rest of the things. So here, me and Parv are here to explain the core architecture of the GitMesh and the core deployment part. So first, I'll be explaining like how the core deployment part works and how things are getting deployed in Cloudflare Workers and what's the main thing behind the GitMesh, like main infrastructure thing on which GitMesh is running. So first part is web containers. So as Gagan have informed earlier that like we are using web containers. So basically, let me give details about it. So basically, we are using web container to in the Gitmesh. Excellent. Uh, Sorry, wait a second. Actually, wait. Let me open a PPT once. Let me connect with the laptop.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say is that tomorrow, if someone's part is maybe missed, or like if someone is not able to open up mic in 1 or 2 minutes, then like first of all, please try to have a like better internet connection tomorrow, and like try to open up your mic and be ready with the mic as soon as you start. Like first open up, like you should first open up your mic and speak up just your introduction, and then you can like screen share your part and everything. That it should not have a like a pause there. And if someone is not able to start in 1 minute or like 2 minute 1 or 2 minutes, then the next person can directly start with it, and we can like later on, like when that person completes, the person who was left can like directly start with it next. It should not seem like we do have some lag in between. So you can like per you can start it if right now Ronit is like facing some issue.
Sure. So I will explain the chat part for the Gitmesh. So chat part is an important. So let me share my screen first. Uh,
Also,
so here
like
is the chat.
before, like if you start, like just tell you about yourself, like just one line, like who are you, and like actually what's your position right now, like in that
Uh,
way,
okay.
so that people do know.
Let's start from the starting. So, hello, I am Parv Mithul, started contributor and maintainer of GitMesh. I look out for the entire open source part and mainly the chat part of the GitMesh, chat functionality of the GitMesh. So I will be explaining the chat section which is an important and the main spotlight for GitMesh. So the chat section starts when you select a project from the hub project section. The when you select a project, I have selected the project GitMesh already, you can ask any question related to your project. It does not require any setup. It does not require any prior knowledge. You can select any project and start working on it directly. And it is not gonna work of 2 minutes. It's just a work of 2 seconds. Uh, so the entire GitMesh chat is working on the web containers. So before explaining the demo, I will explain how this chat is actually working. So web containers are the tool that can be used to provide coding environment directly in your browser using WebAssembly and Node.js. It is a super fast method for managing code, and it is quite reliable. Uh, the main functionality of the chat is to provide easy, easy way to contribute. The main goal of GitMesh is to provide seamless contribution, and the chat section is made just like that. It does not require any setup. You can directly open the chat and start working on it. It is even better than the coding assistants in your VS Code or in your IDE, because even they require a little bit of setup before actually start working on a repository. And it is built by keeping in mind to minimize the usage of the API calls and minimize the load on the server. Your chats are stored in the local storage and the index DB, which makes the fetching really fast, and it reduces the load on the server by a lot. And it uses a POSIX file system, which is a file system derived from directly from Unix, although it is a virtual file system which runs in your web containers. And the main part of the chat lies in its how the context is managed. The entire context is managed using the LLMs only. So LLM will decide what file he wants to work on, what file he will need for a certain query, and it will be directly fetched into a context buffer. Context buffer is a small space. You can say it is like a cache for your files, where LLM can start working on those files, whether it is editing or it is discuss mode. So there are editing and discuss mode in the in the chat section. You can even upload some files, or maybe connect MCPs. And here is the workbench toggle. It will be required when you edit some code. So uh, I will explain how the chat works. I have already sent this query what technologies, frameworks, or major dependencies are used. And you can see the reply is pretty good. It stated all the major technologies that are used in the GitMesh. Let me show you how the edit works in this GitMesh. So let's run the simple query, update the README. Currently, it is in the edit mode. It will take a little bit of time, and it will edit the README file for me. Uh, so while the response is being generated, I would like to say that there is a support of multiple providers. Uh, okay, the editing response is already there. You can see that the chatbot is creating the entire file, and you can see here is the file management system, the POSIX management system, and it created a new README for me. It can even run the terminal commands, the basic Linux command that are required for the project. And you can see it created a new README file for me with a better prompting and with the more better understanding. You can even create complex code base with the help of GitMesh. You can toggle the workbench from here. Another thing that you can have the option of multiple AI providers, whether it's Anthropic, OpenAI, DeepSeek, or Google. Currently, I am using the Gemini API for this task. And you can also have the option for the local providers in case your API runs out. Local providers such as Olama or LM Studio. That's all about the chat section, I guess. So I
One
would,
thing I would add, like in the work, like add, like open the workbench once.
yes.
Yeah, so yeah, we can also commit and PR. We can make a PR also, and we do have an option to sync also in on about like green and
Yes,
blue button. Like it was recently added by Ronit.
yes. So there are also the options for committing and syncing your code. You can sync the files directly from your local project that you are working on, and there are options for exporting also, exporting to a zip file for the code.
Also multi-chat option one, like just a small part,
Ah,
side
yes,
part.
there is a multi-chat option. You can see your previous chats. Thank you for reminding me. Uh, so you can see your previous chats, like which have been there, you have worked on previously, and you can even have the option to fork your chat from a specific, from a particular from a particular point of the chat, and you can start working on the chat. You can see the fork chat and the origin chat here. So that's all about the chat section for the Gitmesh. I would like Ronit to continue with his part.
Okay, sir. Let me share the screen while other participant. Per can you stop screen sharing? Yes, sir. Done. Uh, yeah, is it visible? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Fine. So basically, as a Pervax, I was explaining earlier, the whole chat system is based on web containers, and you can just look at when you initiate the first chat. Then from here, you can just look at this part. Basically, this part is based on web containers, where we can run all the JavaScript based code, or fast API based code, or Java servlets based codes. So all these codes we can run here, and also there here is one terminal, which is basically similar to Unix based terminal, and we can run some of the file system commands here and do some of the R changes. So that's it. And basically the reason being we are using web containers because it made us easier to work on the cloning of the repo part, and based on that chatting with the repo, and accordingly if there is some understanding or suggestions needed, we can directly copy cut the code from the clone repo. Like let's say I have some doubt here. Let's say I have doubt on the test part. So I can just open that file, and I can just copy the code from here and just ask from the chat system. So that's the thing. And let's say as a Per was explaining that we can how we can commit or do some changes. So let's say I some add space here or remove this to next line, and let's say I save the changes. So after saving the changes, wait a second actually. Mm, okay, I think my PC is getting irresponsive. Okay, after it's working now. After saving the changes, we will have the option for committing to GitLab or creating PR. So let's say I create PR. Then here, if we fill the branch name, like what we want to have the name of the branch, like whatever changes we have made based on that, what type of branch name we want. Let's say this is a feature branch or some kind of bug fix branch. And if we add the PR request and description of the type, description of the PR, then and when we create it, then basically this PR will be directly created in the branch, and you can just review in the GitHub. So this is the PR creation part. And also based on this, we have a direct commit part where you can just add the commit message and directly commit to the branch. So this is the thing. Apart from that, as we have explained, I guess Gagan had said that we are basically hosting the whole platform in Cloudflare Worker, and also Mithul has said that we have used Remix and we use Cloudflare pages to host the platform. So basically, yeah, we have done that. Basically, our whole front end part is basically deployed as a Cloudflare pages. Like you can see from here, gitmesh.pages.dev. Like it is currently hosted, and you can also view the website from here. And basically, and the backend part. Earlier, we thought of hosting the backend in the VM part, but the thing is, as right now, the backend is not too much heavy, and we needed our costing to be less. So we used the Cloudflare Workers, which is basically edge, which basically based on the edge functions, like whatever call we want to make in the backend, we just create different functions for that, so that there will be very less running cost and server cost. And right now we are running this on the free credits. So this is the Cloudflare Worker part. And right now, today only, we'll be integrating the CI/CD pipeline for this worker part, so that we don't need to change this backend right manually. Like every time when some changes is added in the main repo of the GitMesh, then automatically that thing will be reflected here directly within 2 3 minutes. So this is fine. Like this is the whole architecture of the GitMesh. Whatever Gagan explained and Mithul and Anubhav explained about the security, and the way Parv have explained about the whole chat system, and I explained about the complete infrastructure details. So yeah, this is it.
I would like to
Also,
continue from here. Okay.
yeah, one point. Also, Ronit, you have to like speak about the Dockerize part. Like you're much more focused on the Per's part. You have to focus more on the Docker and Cloudflare part, like telling more about the technical course of the particular two portions, Cloudflare and that part more. And the
Uh,
complete chat part would be done by Per.
sure, sure. So, for right now, basically, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah.
will
Now
explain
it's
that.
okay. Now it's okay. We don't have much time. Okay,
Yeah,
let's may continue.
sure, sure.
Or tomorrow, like take care about that.
Yeah.
It would be good if you could share the screen.
Okay. Yeah. So Ronit, if you can stop sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah, wait a minute. Sorry, wait a minute. Uh, okay.
On page number 20.
So this part, right?
Yeah, 21. Yes. So, hello everyone. I will be talking about something that's a big part of how we are making our system smarter and more connected. The MCP, which is a main part in the chat section. So, what exactly is MCP? In simple terms, MCP is like a common language that lets AI model and services to talk to each other and share context, things like user preference, chat history, or even generated code, so they can coordinate and make more meaningful decisions together. So I would like to tell about how are they working in our setup. There are three main ways we are using MCP. First one is a contextual data exchange. So it makes sure information can move freely between different parts of our system. Like if AI chat and RAG want to share informations with each other, contextual data exchange help it to communicate with each other and manually pass anything. Second one is the orchestration of AI services. MCP can coordinate multiple AI calls together at a single time. It can order other MCP services at a single time. Uh, Third one is the interpretability. Third one is very important because it ties everything into a single platform. It makes every AI services, API, or external tool plugins with everything else. That's why we make that's what make it future proof and easy to expand. Could you pass on to the next slide? So these are the current MCP integrations. We have integrated more than 20 plus MCPs right now. Major one are developer MCPs such as Git, GitHub, GitLab, Sentry, and in data part we have integrated Docker, Kubernetes, Postgres, which saves them locally. You have just to pass your API key, which you can share it from the vscode.env file, or you can directly put it into the chat section, MCP server list. Yes. And the third part is the upcoming MCP developments. This is the part which I'm currently working at. What are the things we could add upon this? So the third slide, 20, page number 23 is currently blank. And yeah, this is all from my side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I have a
yeah, Parv.
suggestion for Sneh. Your part is actually good. You explained it pretty well. You can improve the slide a little bit. You can actually replace the logos. You can replace the logos with the actual ones. That would create look. That will make the slide look better.
Sure.
Okay.
Should I
Overall,
show
your part was
MCP
good.
demo also or something like it?
For demo, you don't actually need to show the demo because I don't think there will be much
You
time.
can show pics. You can show pics if you want. But just
Yeah.
give some
Uh,
images.
Sneh, you can add that demo, like add the pictures that where you have added the MCP and we are just chatting to the system and whole MCP tool use is listed and also the
Maybe
tool is
you can either include the images in the PPT or you can have your system already opened for the MCP so that it will not take more time to
Okay,
explain it.
sure.
Okay, so like for the last part, tomorrow I would be like right now I'm not saying because like we don't have much time today. So for tomorrow, like try to complete your part in exact time which you are allotted. Like you should like if you can, then like take the exact time. Like don't complete it faster also and don't complete it late also. Because if you would complete it faster, then our session would be ended very soon, which I don't want. And taking more time would also be creating some issue. And for tomorrow, like if you have like faced an issue, you can contact the person which is looking after this part. So for Gagan and Mithul, tomorrow if you make any kind of mistake, in case if you make any kind of mistake, or if someone asks you some question and if you are not able to answer, then Parv would be answering the questions. Means Parv would be in charge of Mithul and Gagan tomorrow, and I would be in charge of Anubhav tomorrow, and Ronit would be for Sneh. Okay, so and like also for tomorrow, or like right now I would be launch. What was that? Yeah. So tomorrow, like by today, I would be launching the version two, so like 0.2 version, in which Sneh would be also added, and I guess Anubhav was in the first version. I guess I don't remember much. I don't know like he was in first version or not, but in the second version, everyone's name would be there. So I would be releasing it by today. So tomorrow we would be speaking as if we have launched the two versions. Also, there is a small part you can access the GitMesh website now, but currently I won't suggest you to use the GitMesh website directly hosted version because we are still working on it. It would work on gitmesh.dev. Gitmesh.dev would be working fine on it, but don't add www for right now. I guess there's some issue, right, Ronit? Yes, still there is some issue with www. So use https hyphen colon hyphen hyphen gitmesh.dev instead of www.gitmesh.dev right now. We are still updating that, and by tomorrow we would be completing that issue too. And for the next part, which I wanted to say, like which I would be saying tomorrow also, which is our further roadmap. As now we have mostly completed most of the issues. The one bug, if someone wants to fix today, if someone is interested to fix some bug today, try to solve that part which is showing that red, like it's coming a red, like it's coming in a red color error where on like first time opening the repo. I've also created the issue for it. I would wish I would share the issue in the comment section right now. Yeah, so this is the issue. You can see the issue. This if someone is interested can comment on it. Also from now onwards, like all majority of the issues and PRs would be handled by Ronit and Parv, and I would be looking more over creating issues. Like reviews would be done by Parv or Ronit majorly, and if they are not able to do it, if they are busy with some stuff, I would be doing it after 2 days, and I would be handling the issues section. I would be creating more issues and reviewing the code of Parv and Ronit if any, and my code would be reviewed by both of them. So we would be working in this way forward. And further going on the next part, we would be focusing on gamification and the management page part now onwards. So if you have some idea, you can just write it in the issue section. There is an section in the issue which says question and ideas for gamification. You can just share your ideas there. So that's all for today's meet. If you have any query, you can just ask right now, or even you can just message us. You do have our numbers, so you can just message us. As like our today's it's first time we have taken like our whole 1 hour meet, so it's like great. And so I should end the meet now. It's like we are overtime right now. So
Yes.
great, everyone.
Yeah. One last thing, we
Yeah, if
prepared
someone
for
else.
the tomorrow's meet. So keep that in the mind, and we will also be keeping improving from our side. Hope the tomorrow's meet goes well.
Actually,
So,
don't take pressure for stuff like there would be many people tomorrow. We have 118 registration. So I guess minimum 30 or 40 people I guess would be joining tomorrow's meet. So don't get in any kind of pressure tomorrow. If they ask something and if you don't know, then just you do have our WhatsApp numbers. You can like just message your mentor. For Gagan and Mithul, you can message per. For Sneh, you can message directly to the Ronit, and I would be preparing the stuff for Anubhav. So if you do have any doubt or anything, you just type us that you want us to answer, and would be answering it. No need to worry about it. And you can just speak out that I guess Ronit should answer. Like you should name the mentor, and I guess he should answer in that way. You can also speak out. And they all are like well from a development background. Majority of them would be well from a development background, but maybe they have some issues with the AI part because they all are blockchain developers. They don't know much about AI part, so like handle the things accordingly. And that's all for from my side. And if you have anything, you can say now. Okay, so no one has any query. Also, for tomorrow, I would be requesting you if you can just turn on your cameras, and if you don't have very high quality camera, you can just arrange some of webcam if you want to make it look more engaging for tomorrow. So that's all, and bye and have a great week. See you tomorrow at 8:30, I guess. Like we do have at 8:30 IST, right? Okay, so see you guys at 8:30 tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.